Once upon a time, a long time ago, in a place very far away, there lived a little girl named Esther. Esther was 9 years old, and her job was to help her mother wash clothes and carry water and cook. It was very hard work. Esther and her family lived in a place called Judea, near a little town called Bethlehem. She had a brother who was 12 years old. His name was Benjamin. Benjamin's job was to help their father watch over a small flock of sheep. They were very poor and had a hard life, and often they were hungry or cold, and sometimes they were hungry and cold at the same time. One very cold winter night, Esther and Benjamin and their mother were sleeping in their tent while their father was watching over sheep because they might wander off and be eaten by a lion. Sheep are, after all, very silly and irresponsible. Suddenly, their father came into the tent and woke them up. Get up, he said. I just heard that something very special has just happened. I heard that an angel appeared to some shepherds and said that the Messiah, the Son of God, is in Bethlehem. Esther and her family were Jewish, and for many, many years the Jewish people had waited for a great leader who they called the Messiah. The Messiah would come from God and take over the country and make everything right, and people would not be so poor, and life would not be so hard. Well, said their mother, we had better go to Bethlehem and see what all this is about. So the whole family walked quickly to Bethlehem, which was not too far away. When they got to Bethlehem, they saw that there were a lot of people all standing around a stable. Some of the people were standing in the stable door, and others were peeking through the window. Their father said, Esther and Benjamin, you wait here while your mother and I go inside. We want to see the Messiah. He is a very important person, and I don't want any monkey shines from you kids. Actually, he didn't say monkey shines because the word hadn't been invented yet, but he said a Jewish word which meant the same thing, and they understood just what he was saying. Benjamin was very excited. I'll bet the Messiah is big and tall, he said. I'll bet he has shiny armor and a two-handed sword. A two-handed sword is a sword so big it takes two hands to hold it. After only a minute or two, their father and mother came out of the stable. Their father was very angry. There is no Messiah in there, he said. All of this fuss is over a little baby, and this baby is so poor he has to sleep in a manger. Benjamin was very disappointed too, and so he became angry. What a bummer, he said. He didn't really say bummer, but that's what he meant. Esther, who was a very intelligent little girl, said, wait, everybody, I think that this baby is the Messiah. I want to go in and look. Messiah Shemaiah, said Benjamin, don't waste your time. Let's go home and go back to bed. But Esther quickly ran by him and into the stable. And there, just like her father said, was a little tiny baby boy in a manger, with his mother and father right next to him. Mary, the baby's mother, saw Esther, and because she was a nice lady, she said to her, "His name is Jesus. Would you like to see him?" Esther shyly nodded yes. And Mary picked up the baby and pushed the blanket back so that his face poked out. Esther carefully put her face up close to his, and Jesus opened his tiny baby eyes and smiled a deep and beautiful and wonderful smile at her. Esther became very warm, and tears filled her eyes, because right then she knew way down deep inside her that this little tiny baby really was the Messiah. And he would be a good and kind Messiah. And because of him, everything from that time on would be all right.